All right, my friends, back at it again. Gonna talk about an important topic today, especially if you're all about self improvement and self development like I am. This one's a big one for a lot of people, and it is reading. How to reap its benefits without actually reading. Because this is the thing for me with reading. It is like it's nice, but for me personally, I've never been much of a reader. I never got into the habit of it. I never could like sit down and read for hours. I mean, I have read one or the other book, but the most I did at one session is like maybe 30 minutes. I sat down and actually read the book, and I want to like offer a solution for that because it's still very important. But what can you do if you are not actually want to read or not a big reader like I am, but still want to soak up all that knowledge from all those good books? So why is reading so amazing? I think everyone knows that reading is good. Some reasons is it is amazing to cultivate new ideas in your own mind. This is like very nice because you can just 10 minutes of reading a day can give you so many ideas, especially if you are a creator of some sort. For example, if I'm creating those videos, just some input from the outside, watching a video or reading something already gives me like ideas I can talk about or talk around. Maybe you learn something new from a book, and you want to share what you learned with other people in that video. And this is especially good if you're a creator of some sort. It is great in cultivating ideas in your mind. Also, the knowledge sticks with you for life. I remember 5 years ago or something like that, or almost 7 years ago now, I read a book called The Power of Habit. And it is a really great book if you want to learn more about yourself and how your body and mind functions. And I read it once back then, and since then I view everything I do through the lens of how do I create or change a habit in my mind. And it helped me in so many situations, and it helped me to just understand how my body and my mind works and how I can like harness the full potential of the habits that you can create in your life. So very, very powerful. You can become versatile and never run out of things to say. You can be the most interesting person at the table a lot of times because you're the guy who has like all this knowledge in his mind just sitting there because you read a lot and you get ideas from all those different places. And if you are in a group setting or in a setting with maybe on a date with a woman, you are going to have a lot more things to talk about because you just know a lot more things. It's that simple. Only problem with the whole thing, and this is what I mean, getting into the habit of actually reading, maybe even every day. This is the thing a lot of people fail at. And same thing for me. I wouldn't say I never read books before, but like I said, I'm not big on reading. I know how good it is for me, but I just never got into the habit of it, like a lot of people do. So, and my solution for that is audiobooks. I'm a big fanatic of audiobooks. I have an Audible account with like 30 books in there. I had the abo for so many years now, and it is just great because first of all it's easier to do. It is usually easier to just put on an audiobook while you're doing something else than actually sit down, open up a book, start reading and keep reading, all those things. So it's easier to do. For me, it's easier to build a habit around. And one of the biggest things is it's better than not reading at all, because a lot of people they want to create the habit of reading every day. They get like 10 books and everything, and then they're like hyped up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna read now every day and everything, and everything those books are doing is collecting dust in the shelf. While I am just listening to an audiobook while I'm going to the gym, commute, or on my way to work, doing some chores around the house, stuff you gotta do. No one likes to do, but if you listen to an audiobook during that time, you already are making uh, doing something productive at the same time. So, and it is because of that, it's of course time efficient. You don't have to sit down and open up a book and read. Of course, if you read like 10 pages a day, it's not that big of a time investment, so you can do it. But we're talking about if you don't want to read or not interested in sitting down and reading. So this is the solution for it. Just listen to audiobooks. I know in the gym it's a little bit can be a little bit hard at times, because I know I like to go into the gym and blast music from my ears while I'm training my soul out in the gym. So I can understand that for some people it's just not the right thing, but you gotta try it. Not every session is a 100% session. Sometimes you just do some active recovery. If you train every day, you are training a little bit lighter at one session, or you're doing a cardio session or something like that. If you're like jogging, put in an audiobook. It's not gonna hurt you, and it is very very nice, because especially in the gym your mind is I think your mind is more active, and I feel like I'm soaking up more information this way. So try it out. It is very good to just listen to the side of it, and don't worry about if you don't get a few things, or if you are not listening at sometimes. If you listen through the whole audiobook and just remember one thing, then you are already better than you were yesterday. So let's get to some books I've personally heard multiple times, listened to multiple times, and they are great. I love them, and you probably know a lot of those books, so you know already why. But yeah, this Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson. I just recently listened to it like a few days ago, and my mind was blown. I already was a big 50 Cent fan before that, and hearing on his perspective on his of the business side of things is just so amazing. Power of Habit, like I already mentioned, it's great, especially if you are interested in understanding more about yourself and how your mind functions. It's a great book to understand how habits work and how we conduct our everyday lives, basically. So, then The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, also a great book. Listened to it like already like 3 4 times, and it has some very solid advice on how to conduct your life. Don't take everything. And there's some parts where I disagree, but still, it is a very good book in my opinion. Never Finished by David Goggins, also great if you wanna get into the mindset of like really getting into the pain of something. You know that pain that you experience is the part where you learn the most. And David Goggins is just the embodiment of this mindset. And he just lives this he just lives in the pain, and he calls it his mental lab. And it's a great book. I was completely mind blown by the story of David Goggins. I actually never listened to the other books he wrote before, but I'm gonna catch up on that as well. And Practicing the Power of Now. Power of Now is very nice, as you want to be able to be in the present moment. And this is like a meditation type ebook and audiobook. It's even nicer, I think, than the written version, because you can like actively participate in the meditation while he explains it. And I think this is even better if you just read it. So also very nice book if you want to be more in the present moment. If you struggle to be in the present moment, that will explain why being in the present moment is so powerful. Yeah, and this is basically it. Like I said, reading is better, but only if you actually do it. The best routine is the one you can stick with. I'm sure you heard this stuff a lot of times now. It's the same with training. Do the workouts that keep you working. So, and this is the same for reading. If you cannot create or are not able to, I mean, you're able to, but if you don't want to read every day, this is a great alternative for you to just stick with a routine, build a routine and stick with it. Like I said, it is very time efficient, it is very low effort. Just put on, instead of Spotify, you put on Audible. And yeah, someone who listens to an audiobook every day is doing better than someone who has 1,000 books standing in their shelf. So if you listen to one audiobook during the course of a month, you're doing better than the guy who just bought 10 books and didn't even open them. So this is why I think it is still great, because everyone's talking about how great reading is, but it's only great if you actually sit down and read every day. Otherwise, it's just great talking about it, no, but nobody got anything from that. So in my opinion, two last things: stick with educational books. I don't know if you're interested in the kind of stuff like romance or whatever else, some storytelling or something like this. If it's interesting to you, sure, do it. It still has the advantage of like cultivating new ideas. But for me personally, I like educational stuff. I like to learn about myself. I like self improvement. I wanna I want to listen to things that I actually can apply in my life and make my life better through it. So my recommendation: stick with this stuff. Maybe it's not as interesting as a great story or something like this, but it actually will help you a lot more in your real life. And this is why I think we should be reading in the first place. And also re-listen multiple times, so the information really sticks. Like I already mentioned, I listened to few books. I already listened like 3, 4, 5 times in a row. Or I listened to a book and 1, 2 years later I'm revisiting the same book and listening through it once more and getting like a new angle. Since I last listened to it, I have a new angle on life. I have more experienced a lot more stuff, and this really makes the information stick, and you can really apply more and more through it. Also, if you listen long periods of time, you tend to not always be 100% focused on the book itself, so you cannot like absorb all the information they are talking about in the book. So if you listen through it multiple times, you will have information that you missed earlier, and this time you will get it. So it's really powerful if you're doing it more than once. So this is the solution. This is my take on how to reap the benefits of reading without actually reading, without cracking a book open. Me myself, I'm still trying to get into the habit of reading a book, like 5 to 10 pages a day. I think is possible. Not maybe even not every day, but it's. I think every both of them have their advantages, and I want to reap all those benefits, not only a few of them. And but still, I've been doing this audiobook stuff for like 5, 7, 8 years now, and I think it really helped me with a lot of stuff in my life, and helped me understand a lot of things that I otherwise wouldn't. So try it out. Get an Audible abo. It's like $10 a month. You get one free book every month, basically. or you can try this Blinkist app where you get like um, how do you call them, a summary of some books. It's like 50 minutes, and you have a quick read through it during the quick listening session of 15 minutes summarizing one book. I've never tried it, but I've heard it's really good. So if you got experience with that, leave it in the comments below. So, and yeah, guys, keep hustling, keep going. See you next time. Bye.